Here is a scary thought. What if the only reason your cat makes noise is because it thinks you are too stupid to understand body language? That is exactly what researchers at the University of Milan have uncovered. By feeding thousands of audio files into a learning algorithm, they found a distinct pattern. Adult cats almost never meow at each other, they only do it to us. It is a fabricated language designed solely for human ears. Basically, they are talking down to us. And the specific things they are communicating will make you rethink every interaction you have ever had. The sound of deception. We like to think we know our pets. You look at them, they look at you, and you feel this deep spiritual connection. But here is the catch. That connection might just be a one-way street, and we are the ones standing in traffic. For the first time in history, we aren't just guessing what cats are feeling based on whether they scratch the sofa or sit on our lap. We are using raw data. Artificial intelligence tools, similar to the ones that translate foreign languages on your phone, have been turned toward the animal kingdom, and the accuracy is frightening. We are talking about systems that can identify the intent behind a sound with up to 96% precision. This isn't some magic trick. It is based on spectrograms, which are basically visual maps of sound waves. The AI looks at the pitch, the duration, and the frequency of the noise. It strips away the cute, fuzzy exterior and looks at the cold, hard data of the audio. And what it found is that cats possess a vocal repertoire of over 20 distinct sounds. That is huge. It is far richer than what we see in most other domestic animals, but the crazy part is not the variety, it is the target. The AI confirms something that evolutionary biologists have suspected for a long time but couldn't prove until now. Adult cats in the wild are almost entirely silent. They don't walk around the jungle screaming at each other. Silence is how they hunt. Silence is how they survive. So, why do our house cats never shut up? The answer is humiliating. They learned that we are vocal creatures. They realized that us humans, we are always blabbering, shouting, and talking. To survive in our world, they had to break their own code of silence. They invented a language just for us. When your cat meows, it is abandoning its wild instincts to lower itself to your level. They are basically speaking human with a heavy accent, trying to communicate with what they perceive as a large, clumsy, deaf companion. And thanks to apps like Meow Talk and research from places like the University of Milan, we know they aren't writing poetry. They are barking orders. The AI classifies these sounds into very sharp, specific categories. I am hungry. I am in pain. Leave me alone. There is no, how was your day? There is no, I missed you. It is transactional. They view us as oversized providers, or perhaps just big dumb cats that are terrible at hunting and need constant verbal instructions to open a can of tuna. The technology has gotten so good that it is starting to pick up on things we miss entirely. We interpret a sound as happy, but the machine reads the biometrics and realizes the cat is actually annoyed. We are misreading the room constantly. We project our own human emotions onto them, thinking they are smiling or crying, but the AI sees the raw intent. They are running a simulation on us, and for thousands of years, we have been falling for it. But to understand why they do this, you have to look at where this behavior started, because the con didn't begin in your living room. The deception goes back 12,000 years. 12,000 years of lies. It is hard to imagine, but your lazy tabby sleeping in the sun is a descendant of a ruthlessly efficient predator. The African wildcat is a solitary, silent hunter. If you put a microphone in the wild, you would barely hear a peep. Making noise in nature is a death sentence. It alerts your prey, and it tells bigger predators exactly where you are. So, logically, cats should be the quietest animals in our homes, but they aren't. And that is because of a process called self-domestication. Unlike dogs, which we actively bred to help us hunt or herd sheep, cats just sort of showed up. When humans started farming, we created huge piles of grain. Those grain piles attracted mice, and the mice attracted the cats. It was a perfect setup. We tolerated them because they eliminated the pests. They tolerated us because we attracted the food. It was a business partnership. But then, the cats got greedy. They realized that humans offered more than just mice. We had warmth, we had shelter, we had scraps of high-calorie food. But to get those things, they had to bridge the communication gap. They had to figure out how to push our buttons. Here is the deal. Cats figured out that humans are hardwired to respond to the sound of a crying baby. It is in our DNA. When a baby cries, our brain releases stress hormones that force us to act. We can't ignore it. So, what did cats do? They evolved a specific vocalization called the solicitation purr. This isn't the low rumble of a happy cat. This is a high-frequency chirp buried inside a purr. When scientists analyzed the audio frequencies, they found something that will blow your mind. The frequency of this specific purr matches the distress frequency of a human infant. Let that sink in. They are biohacking our parental instincts. They are hitting the exact same note that makes a mother rush to a crib, but they are using it to get you to fill a bowl of dry nuggets. This is why you find it so annoying when your cat wakes you up. You can't just sleep through it. Your brain is screaming at you that a child is in trouble. It is biological warfare, and the AI analysis backs this up. It shows that house cats retain this kitten-like behavior way into adulthood, something wild. Cats never do. In the wild, once you're a grown-up, you stop crying for mom. But in your house, the cat remains a perpetual teenager, realizing that acting helpless is the key to absolute power. They have effectively frozen their development in the cute phase because they know it works on us. They view us as surrogate mothers, but not out of love, out of utility. We are the giant hairless parents who are incredibly slow on the uptake, so they have to scream at the frequency of a dying child just to get us to notice the water bowl is empty. And it is not just the sounds. A 2020 study revealed that cats have also started mimicking our facial expressions. They have learned that if they squint or blink slowly, we react positively. They are mirroring us to create a false sense of bonding. It is a survival trait selected over thousands of years. The cats that looked and sounded the most like human babies got the most food. The ones that acted like wild animals got kicked out into the cold. We literally bred them to be master manipulators. But now that we have the technology to strip away the cute veneer, we are starting to see the specific insults they are throwing our way. The wake-up call, or let's get down to the nitty-gritty. What is your cat actually saying when it screams at 4 in the morning? Thanks to thousands of users uploading audio to these AI databases and the work of ethologists like John Bradshaw, we have some hilarious and slightly offensive answers. You know that specific rising sound they make? It sounds almost like a question. Bradshaw calls this the question mark meow. For years, people thought this was a greeting, like, "Hello, are you awake?" But the data suggests it is more of a strategic probe. They are testing the waters. They make the sound to check your status. Are you alive? Are you mobile? Can you operate the can opener? If you don't respond, they escalate. They shift from the question to the demand. This is where the pitch drops and the volume spikes. The AI translates this clearly as urgent need. One user of a translation app found that their cat's 4 a.m. screaming wasn't about food at all. The translation came back consistently as, "I am bored." Think about the arrogance of that. They are waking you up from a deep sleep, not because they are starving, but because they want entertainment. They view you as the court jester. The giant cat is sleeping. Wake him up. I want to chase a laser. When the user realized this, they stopped feeding the cat and started playing with it before bed. The screaming stopped. The AI successfully diagnosed a boredom issue that the human had misread as hunger for years. Then there is the hiss. We all know a hiss means back off, but the AI breaks it down further. There are defensive hisses, which mean I am scared, and offensive hisses, which mean I am about to wreck you. Understanding the difference can save you a trip to the emergency room. But the most shocking translation comes from the sounds we think are happy. The trill, that little burp sound they make when they jump on the bed. We take it as a friendly hello. The AI context suggests it is actually a declaration of territory. I am here now. This is mine. It is less of a greeting and more of a planting of the flag. They are announcing their presence to the colony. You are just part of the furniture, they are claiming. And getting back to the stupid part, cats do not seem to understand that we can't hear ultrasonic sounds. Rodents communicate in high frequencies that we can't hear, but cats can. Sometimes your cat is staring at a wall, twitching its ears, and looking back at you like you are insane. They are likely hearing a mouse in the wall. To them, the sound is deafening. They are looking at you thinking, "How do you not hear that? Are you broken?" They perceive our lack of reaction as incompetence. We are the big, clumsy hunters who can't smell a visitor coming from a mile away and can't hear the prey in the walls. So they have to yell at us. They have to simplify everything. The meow is basically baby talk for humans. They are dumbing it down for us. And this goes beyond just simple sounds. The technology is evolving to read their minds in a way that is almost invasive. AI reads the tale. It's not just about audio anymore. The next frontier of decoding our pets involves total surveillance. Companies like Baidu have developed patented systems that don't just listen, they watch. We are talking about facial recognition technology, but for cats. This system combines the sound of the meow with real-time biometric data. We can now measure a cat's heart rate, breathing pattern, and even the micro movements of their ears and whiskers. When you combine all this data, the translation becomes incredible. A cat might be purring, which usually means happy. But if the heart rate is elevated and the ears are pinned back 10 degrees, the AI flags it as solicitation purr, stress-induced. Basically, the cat is purring to soothe itself because it is freaking out, not because it likes you. Without the AI, you would reach out to pet it and get bitten. With the AI, you know to back off. We are seeing a level of emotional complexity that rivals humans. But here is the catch, and this is truly bizarre. The AI has discovered that cats have regional dialects. Yes, your cat has an accent. Because cats learn to meow by listening to their owners, they mimic the cadence and tone of the humans around them. A cat living in New York might have a shorter, louder, more abrupt meow, mimicking the fast-paced, loud environment of the city. A cat in the deep south might have a longer, more drawn-out yowl. The study recorded cats from different parts of the world and found distinct phonetic differences. This proves that they are not born with these sounds. They are building a custom language based on you. If you have a squeaky voice, your cat might develop a higher-pitched meow to match you. If you have a deep voice, they might go lower. They are mirroring us to optimize the manipulation. They are trying to sound like family, so we don't kick them out. And it goes even deeper. We are now using this tech to decode silent communication, the slow blink, the tail flick, the position of the whiskers. The AI assigns a probability score to these movements. A tail flick to the left might mean mild irritation, while a flick to the right combined with a dilated pupil means hunting mode activated. We are approaching a point where we could have a live subtitle running under our pets in augmented reality glasses. You could look at your cat and see a text bubble that says, "Target acquired, ankles," or "Status, disgusted by your choice of food." It sounds funny, but it changes the dynamic of the household. If you knew for a fact that your cat wasn't grumpy, but was actually in chronic pain that you had been ignoring, you would feel terrible. And that is the flip side of this technology. It isn't just exposing their manipulation, it is exposing our negligence. We have been misinterpreting them for centuries. We treat them like small humans, but they are alien predators living in our boxes. And the more we decode, the more we realize how little we actually understood. The question is, now that we know what they are thinking, does it change how much we love them? Are we just can openers? Let's take a step back for a second. We've looked at the spectrograms. We've listened to the AI translations. We know that the specific pitch of a solicitation purr is designed to hit the same panic button in your brain as a crying human baby. That isn't an accident. That is evolutionary biohacking. But if we are being honest, the science is just the tip of the iceberg. The AI is analyzing the sound, but it's missing the bigger picture. When you start connecting the dots, things get a lot weirder than just cats want food. Think about the purr. Science tells us a cat purrs at a frequency between 25 and 150 hertz. Do you know what else happens at that frequency? Bone regeneration and tissue repair. Physiotherapists use sound waves at that exact range to heal broken bones and torn muscles in athletes. So, here is a wild theory for you. Are they just happy, or are they medically repairing us? And if they are, why? Is it out of love? Or are they like mechanics maintaining a car? Maybe they sit on your chest and vibrate at 25 hertz to ensure their can opener doesn't break down. They need us healthy. They need us mobile. They are literally physically hacking our bodies to ensure the food keeps coming. And that's just the hardware. What about the software? We have to talk about the stare. Every cat owner knows this moment. You are sitting on the couch, totally relaxed. Suddenly, your cat wakes up, eyes wide, and stares intensely at an empty corner of the room. They track something moving across the ceiling. They growl at a blank wall. We laugh and say, "Oh, it's a ghost," or "It's a dust mote." But cats have visual perception that makes ours look like an old tube TV. They see in ultraviolet. They process movement faster than we can blink. Some theorists argue that cats aren't just seeing dust. They are seeing spectrums of reality that our brains filter out. Interdimensional slips, energy shifts. Are they protecting us from things we can't see? Or are they reporting back? There is a fringe theory that suggests cats act as organic surveillance drones. Think about it. They are in millions of homes. They see everything. They hear everything. And what do they do for 16 hours a day? They sleep. Or at least, we think they sleep. If you were a biological machine designed to gather data on the dominant species of a planet, you'd need a lot of downtime to upload that data to the cloud, or the great cat in the sky. Maybe that twitching paw during a nap isn't a dream about chasing mice. Maybe it's a data transfer. And let's look at the history. Humans domesticated dogs. We went out, found wolves, and bred them to work for us. But we didn't domesticate cats. They domesticated themselves. They just walked out of the desert one day in ancient Egypt and moved into the palace. The Egyptians didn't just like cats, they worshipped them as they had laws that said if you accidentally eliminated a cat, the penalty was death. Now, fast forward 4,000 years. We don't build statues of them anymore, but look at the internet. What is the #1 most shared content in the history of the web? Cats. We built the most complex information network in the history of the universe, a digital nervous system connecting the entire globe, and we use it to share videos of cats. Is that a coincidence? Or is that the long con? Maybe they never stopped being. Maybe they just realized that being a meme was a safer way to rule the world than sitting on a throne. They went from being worshipped in temples to being worshipped on TikTok. The method changed, but the hierarchy didn't. And then, there is the scariest theory of them all, the parasite. This is real science, by the way. It's called Toxoplasma gondii. It's a parasite found in cat waste. When it infects a mouse, it rewires the mouse's brain. It turns off the fear center. The mouse actually becomes attracted to the smell of cat urine. It walks right into the cat's mouth. Here is the kicker. Billions of humans have this parasite in their brains right now. Some scientists think it affects us too. It makes us take risks. It might even make us find cats more attractive, more soothing, more essential. We think we love them because they are cute. But what if we love them because a microscopic parasite is hot wiring our neural pathways, chemically forcing us to serve them? So, where does this leave us? We have the data. We have the spectrograms. We have the wild theories about parasites and interdimensional vision. We know that the meow is a manufactured tool designed to exploit our biology. We know they think we are deaf, clumsy giants who need to be yelled at to perform basic tasks. It is easy to look at this information and feel a little used. It feels like we are the victims of the longest con in history. We give them food, healthcare, and expensive beds, and in return, they give us distinct commands and judge our hunting skills. But here is the twist. Just because they are manipulating us doesn't mean the bond isn't real. In nature, survival is everything. The fact that a solitary predator like the wildcat evolved an entirely new language just to bridge the gap between our species is actually a testament to how important we are to them. Sure, they might view us as gullible providers, but they chose us. They didn't evolve a language to talk to dogs. They didn't evolve a language to talk to cows. They picked humans. They looked at us and said, "I can work with this." And even if the love they feel is different from the human definition, it is still valid. When they mimic our faces or change their accent to match ours, they are trying to fit into our tribe. They are making an effort. That is more than you can say for a lot of human relationships. The AI might tell us that they are demanding food, but it can't measure the comfort we get when they sit on our laps. It can decode the sound, but it can't decode the feeling. Maybe we are gullible. Maybe we are servants. But if being manipulated means having a tiny tiger patrol your living room and purr on your chest, then maybe it is a fair trade. The technology is only going to get better. We will learn more words. We will understand more nuance. But the fundamental truth remains. We open the cans. They eat the tuna. And we are both pretty happy about it. So, the next time your cat meows at you, listen closely. They aren't just making noise, they are speaking a secret language that took 12,000 years to perfect. They are probably telling you that you are late with dinner. But there is still one lingering question that the AI hasn't answered yet. If they are this smart, if they have rewired our brains, and if they have us trained this well, who is really the pet? So, do you think your cat is a master manipulator or just a misunderstood furball? And would you actually want to use an app that translates every single insult they throw at you? Let me know in the comments below. If you want more deep dives into the secret lives of animals, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. See you in the next one.